1960s country radio was a wild mix of tear-soaked ballads, novelty laughs, and syrup-sweet storytelling. Somewhere between heartbreak and humor, the genre leaned fully into its cheesiest moments. Roger Miller was already making listeners grin with one of the catchiest tunes of the decade. And before we're done, Johnny Cash delivers a story song that still gets crowds laughing today. These are 10 cheesy country songs from the 60s that fans secretly still love. Number 10, Please Help Me, I'm Falling, by Hank Locklin.
Please help me, I'm falling.
At number 10, we start with one of the smoothest slow burn heartbreakers of the early 60s. Released in 1960 on RCA Victor, Hank Locklin's Gentle Plea climbed to number 1 on the Billboard country chart and even crossed into the pop top 10. At the time, the Nashville sound was in full bloom, polishing country's rough edges into something soft and radio-friendly.
In love with you.
Some critics later called the song overly sweet, even syrupy, especially compared to the raw honky-tonk records that came before it. But that was exactly its magic. Locklin's velvet delivery turned emotional restraint into a signature style. Picture a quiet living room, the glow of a tabletop radio, and couples slow dancing carefully across hardwood floors. This was heartbreak you could sway to.
Whose arms have grown cold.
More than 6 decades later, the song still defines the soft side of early 60s country, proving sometimes a little cheese ages just fine. From tender restraint, we now roll into something that wore its polish like a badge of honor. Number 9, Walk On By Leroy Van Dyke.
If I see you tomorrow.
Coming in at number 9 is a heartbreak hit so smooth it practically glides. Released in 1961 on Mercury Records, Walk On By became a massive success, spending an astonishing 19 weeks at number 1 on the country chart.
Wait on the corner.
At the time, it was one of the longest-running chart toppers in country history. Some traditionalists thought the song leaned too heavily into the polished Nashville sound, missing the grit of earlier country music, but listeners could not resist its clean, controlled emotion. Imagine a late-night AM station crackling through the dashboard of a long highway drive, the singer's calm voice cutting through the dark.
I love you, but we're strangers when...
This was heartbreak for the modern age. The song's historic chart run cemented it as one of the defining country hits of the decade, cheese and all. But the next entry takes a sharp turn from smooth sorrow to something far more playful. Number 8, Dang Me by Roger Miller.
6 rounds bought and I bought 5. Spent the groceries and half the rent.
Number 8 brings us one of the most joyfully goofy hits country radio ever embraced. Released in 1964 on Smash Records, Roger Miller's Dang Me shot to number 1 on the country chart and cracked the pop top 10.
Well, here I sit a high, getting ideas. Ain't nothing but a fool to live like this.
The mid-60s were seeing country flirt more openly with mainstream audiences, and Miller led the charge with humor. Not everyone loved it. Some country purists thought the song was too silly, too light, too, well, cheesy. But Miller's quick wit and bouncy delivery made the record irresistible. You can almost hear it bouncing out of a roadside jukebox while boots tap against a dusty dance floor. It was country music with a wink and a grin. The song won Miller a Grammy and helped redefine novelty country for a new generation. And speaking of quirky charm, the next track doubled down on the oddball appeal. Number 7, Flowers on the Wall by the Statler Brothers.
smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. Now don't tell.
Sliding into number 7 is a tune that proved country could be clever and catchy at the same time. Released in 1965 on Columbia Records, this offbeat hit climbed to number 2 on the country chart and crossed strongly into pop radio.
All that thought you're giving me is conscience, I guess. If I were walking.
The Statler brothers were still early in their career, but this song put them firmly on the map. Some listeners at the time found the lyrics almost too cute, with their deadpan humor and quirky imagery. But that unusual tone became the song's secret weapon. Picture teenagers leaning against a diner counter, quarters lined up beside the jukebox, waiting for that familiar opening line. It was country with personality.
Playing solitaire till dawn with the deck of 51.
The record went on to win a Grammy and remains one of the group's signature songs. But now we shift gears into one of the most emotional curveballs of the decade. Number 6, Honey by Bobby Goldsboro.
Now my life's an empty stage where honey lived and honey played.
At number 6, The Cheese turns deeply sentimental. Released in 1968 on United Artists, Honey became a crossover phenomenon, hitting number 1 on both the country and pop charts. It was everywhere that year, from kitchen radios to car speakers. The song also sparked fierce debate.
Too long, it wasn't big.
Many critics labeled it overly sentimental, even manipulative. Yet audiences connected powerfully with its tear-jerker storytelling. Picture a quiet evening, someone pausing mid-conversation as that gentle melody fills the room. For many listeners, this song hit straight at the heart. Despite the criticism, it became one of the best-selling singles of the late 60s and remains one of country's most talked-about ballads.
Being good, and I love.
If these classics are bringing back memories, hit that like button and subscribe. We post new country countdowns every week, keeping the golden years of music alive for fans like you. Now, from soft tears, we move into something far more dramatic. Number 5, The Carroll County Accident by Porter Wagoner.
Carroll County's pointed out as kinda square.
Halfway through our list, the melodrama turns up full volume. Released in 1969 on RCA Victor, Porter Wagoner's tragic tale raced to number 2 on the country chart. Story songs were a country staple, but this one leaned heavily into mystery and emotional tension.
Now Walter Browning was a happy married man.
Some listeners felt the plot twist was a little over the top, but that shock factor kept people talking and replaying the record. Imagine the song spilling from a pickup truck radio parked outside a small-town gas station, locals quietly listening as the story unfolded. It was country storytelling at its most theatrical.
And inside the ring from Walter Browning's hand.
The record became one of Wagner's biggest late-decade hits and remains a favorite among fans who love country drama. But the next entry trades tragedy for pure novelty fun. Number 4, Giddy Up Go by Red Sovine.
The highways that wind and wander.
At number 4, country radio takes a full detour into spoken word storytelling. Released in 1965 on Starday Records, Red Sovine's truck driving saga climbed into the country top 5.
Of course, I was gone an awful lot. And then after
During the mid-60s trucking craze, songs about the open road were huge. Critics sometimes dismissed the track as gimmicky, especially because of its narrated style. But truckers and country fans embraced it wholeheartedly. Picture a long-haul driver rolling through the night, dashboard glowing, this story echoing through the cab.
well, I pushed old Giddy Up and stayed right on him till the next truck stop.
It captured a very specific slice of American life. The song helped cement Sovine as one of country's kings of trucking tales. And now we head toward one of the decade's most famous small-town scandals. Number 3. Harper Valley PTA by Jeannie C. Riley. Number 3 brings us one of the sassiest hits of the entire decade. Released in 1968 on Plantation Records, this bold story song shot straight to number 1 on both the country and pop charts.
And they were sure surprised when Mrs. Johnson wore her miniskirt into the brim.
It arrived at a moment when country music was beginning to embrace stronger female voices. Some critics thought the storyline was a bit soap opera heavy, but audiences loved every second of the drama. You can almost see living rooms across America going quiet as that famous letter gets read aloud. It was gossip, rebellion, and country attitude rolled into one.
Well, Mr. Harper couldn't be here 'cause he stayed too long at Kelly's bar.
The song won a Grammy and turned Riley into an overnight star. But the runner-up might be the most charming drifter anthem ever recorded. Number 2. King of the Road by Roger Miller.
Trailer for sale or rent. Room.
At number 2, we return to Roger Miller and one of the most recognizable country tunes ever written. Released in 1965 on Smash Records, the song reached number 1 on the country chart and crossed strongly into pop and international markets.
Destination Bangor, Maine. Whoa.
Miller's playful delivery made it instantly memorable. Some traditional fans thought it leaned too pop, but its easygoing charm proved unstoppable. Picture a dusty roadside diner, jukebox lights glowing, someone humming along without even realizing it. This song had that kind of reach.
Or rent. Rooms to let 50 cents.
It won multiple Grammys and became one of the defining crossover country hits of the 60s. But our number 1 pick pushed novelty country into unforgettable territory. Number 1. A Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash.
But I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got...
Topping our list is a song that proved country could be funny, rowdy, and wildly entertaining. Released in 1969 on Columbia Records from Cash's live San Quentin performance, the track shot to number 2 on the country chart and cracked the pop top 10.
I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked...
The late 60s were ripe for bold storytelling, and Cash delivered. Some listeners were shocked by its humor and rough edges, but audiences loved the rebellious energy. Picture prison walls echoing with laughter as Cash delivers every punchline with perfect timing.
All choked up and I threw down my gun. I called him a paw and he called me son.
Few country performances felt this alive. The song became one of Cash's biggest crossover hits and remains a crowd favorite decades later. If you've enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more country classics every week. And there you have it. 10 wonderfully cheesy country songs from the 1960s that proved the genre was never afraid to have a little fun. From smooth Nashville sound ballads to novelty hits that made us grin, this decade gave country music some of its most unforgettable moments. Thanks for taking this ride down memory lane with us. Don't miss our next video, 10 Wild Country Songs That Traumatized Kids on 70s Radio, where we dive into the most unforgettable country songs of the 1970s. Until then, keep the music close and the memories even closer.